Hello children, hope all are fine, and today in this class we are going to discuss a new chapter, that is pollution of air and water. Hope you all studied about this chapter regarding this topic in the previous classes. In the previous classes you would have studied about the importance of air and water, but today we are going to discuss about the harmful effects of air and water, that is pollution. Because of the pollution, what are all the harmful effects? That is what we are going to discuss in this chapter. And hope you all know what is the composition of air. That is, in our environment, the biotic and abiotic factors, they always coexist. That is, they have interrelationship. That is, biotic factor means the living things, the living factors, like human beings, animals, plants, everything, they have relationship with each other. What is the abiotic factors? The natural resources. In common we may say as natural resources, that is air, water, soil and minerals. All these forms the abiotic factors. So in our environment, both the biotic and abiotic factors, they coexist, that is they have a relationship between them. Without abiotic factors, the living things cannot lead its life. So among this, soil, water, air and all, air stands in the topmost place. That is, even without food and water we can live for few days, but without air we cannot live. Is it not? And you might have heard that our ancestors or our elders, they may say repeatedly that in their days, that means when they were young, they got the fresh air, clean water, and the sky were blue. They had the pleasant of the nature. They always enjoyed the pleasant nature. Everything was pure. The air was pure, clean and fresh. The water also, clean water, running water always, everywhere. It is easily available. Do you think that we also get the same fresh air and clean water? Can you accept that? If we say that we are getting clean air and fresh water means? No, it is not possible. Nowadays it is not possible because everything gets polluted. So in our environment, hope you all know that the air contains 78% nitrogen. What is the composition of air? In the lower classes itself you would have studied. That is 78% nitrogen, then 21% oxygen, next 0.03% carbon dioxide. The rest percentage, other gases are also present. So in air, in our environment, in air 78% nitrogen is present, 21% oxygen, 0.03% carbon dioxide gas is present, and the rest remaining percentage only, many other gases are also present in the air, atmosphere. And main thing, we need oxygen to live. Is it not? Without oxygen we cannot survive. Not only human beings, other animals and even plants. Plants also need carbon dioxide, which is very important for their photosynthesis process. They take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen, which we need. Is it not? So, the components of air is very important for the survival. Okay, so this is about the composition of air. Next, let us discuss about the air pollution. If the air present in the environment is pure, then no problem will be there. But when the unwanted substances, unwanted things gets mixed up, which is very harmful to human beings or living things, then the air is said to be polluted. So, the substances which are harmful for living things are called pollutants. What is that? Pollutants. That is substances that are harmful for the living things. Living things means what? Animals or plants or human beings, whatever it is. It is very essential for us, air. And if it gets mixed up with some unwanted substances, harmful substances, then that condition is said to be pollution. So, you should understand the terms what are pollutants and pollution. So, pollutants are nothing but the harmful substances that are added to the air, mixed up with the air, because of the activities of human beings or by some other means. That harmful substances which are not good for living things are called pollutants, and this process of mixing of that pollutants in the atmosphere is called pollution. If it gets mixed up, then it is called as pollution. And how this air pollution is caused? What are the causes of air pollution? Next we are going to discuss about, now we saw about the composition of air. Next we saw what are pollutants and what is pollution. Now let us discuss about the causes of air pollution. So there are many causes for air pollution, and the main cause for air pollution is burning of fuels. Burning of fuels. The main reason. Either it may be for producing energy or for running the engines, whatever it is. So burning of fuels. While burning of fuels, the carbon particles, the unburnt carbon particles will be released in the atmosphere in the form of dust particles, and it settles down, which affects our respiratory system. Not only for human beings, but also in case of plants. Hope you all know about the leaf structure. In the leaf, the underside of the leaf has the stomatal opening. Underside of the leaf, small openings called stomata are present, and this stomata will be blocked by that unburnt carbon particles, which will affect the transpiration and respiration also. which will affect the transpiration and respiration of plants. Exchange of gases will take place only through these pores, and these stomata will be closed. So naturally the rate of transpiration, water will also be transpired. So these transpiration and the respiration, that is exchange of gases, will also get affected. So these carbon particles are fine solid particles, that is unburnt carbon particles. Unburnt, while burning, all the particles will not be burnt. Some particles will not be burnt. So those unburnt particles will settle down. Those are all nothing but the carbon particles, and that carbon particles that is not burnt completely, and they will be suspended in the air. That means mixed up with the air, and those are called as suspended particulate matter. And those unburnt carbon particles are called as suspended particulate matter, that is SPM. It is generally called as SPM, suspended particulate matter. And this suspended particulate matter, generally it will be released because of the incomplete burning of fuels. That is in case of vehicles and all. The fuel should be burned to produce energy. All the fuel will not be completely burnt. Some of the fuel may not be burnt completely. Combustion will not get completed. So the remaining fuel will be given out as SPM, that is suspended particulate matter, through the exhaust. And when these SPM, when we inhale that, when it gets mixed up with the atmosphere, naturally we will inhale during breathing, and it goes inside our respiratory system and also lead to a disease called lung cancer. It will lead to a disease called lung cancer, and also affects that photosynthesis in case of plants. In human beings, it will lead to lung cancer because of this suspended particulate matter, that is the dust formed because of the unburnt carbon particles. When we inhale that, what will happen? It will go and settle in the lungs, and in future it will lead to a disease called lung cancer. In case of plants, the transpiration and the photosynthesis process will also get affected. If photosynthesis doesn't happen, what will happen? Naturally, the food cannot be produced by plants, and any living organism cannot get the food. So this is one of the reasons for the air pollution, burning of fuels. Next one is lead. Next one is lead. So for the fuel used for running the engines in case of vehicles and all, we use what type of a fuel? Petrol or diesel, like that, is it not? In that petrol, this lead is added in liquid form. The lead is added, the mineral lead is added. And when this lead is not burnt completely, then it will lead to mental disorder and brain damage. in human beings. This lead, unburnt lead, lead to mental disorder and brain damage. It will lead to these two diseases in human. Do you know why this lead is added to that petrol or diesel? Because this will prevent the engine knocking. That means the fuel should be supplied continuously for running the engine. So without any interruption, it should be passed on. For that purpose, it is added. It prevents the engine blocking. It is otherwise called as knocking, engine knocking. Okay, so it will prevent those engine knockings. Because of this addition of lead in the petrol, and if it is not burnt completely, when the fuel is not burnt completely, the smoke, it will be produced from the exhaust of the vehicles, and it will be inhaled or absorbed by the human system, respiratory system, and if it is inhaled, it will lead to mental disorder and brain damage. It will lead to what disease? Mental disorder and brain damage. This is also one of the reasons of the air pollution. Next one, smog. Do you know what is smog? Smoke plus fog. That is called smog. The smoke produced in the atmosphere, it gets combined with the fog. That is that humidity that is present in the solid form, semi-solid form in the atmosphere is called fog. So the smoke released by the vehicles or by burning the fuels like firewood or charcoal or whatever it is, it will combine with the fog in the atmosphere to produce the smog. And this smog, it combines with the pollutants to form the smog, and it causes breathing difficulties. Again, this smog will produce breathing difficulties such as asthma, then wheezing, that is called asthma, cough, continuous cough. So like that, it will cause many inconvenience in the respiratory system. Because of this smog, when the smoke is produced because of the burning of the fuels, it mixed up with the fog in the atmosphere to produce the smog. When this smog is absorbed by the human respiratory system, it will lead to some illness like cough, then asthma, then wheezing and all. Okay, so this is another reason for the harmful effect of air pollution. Next one, carbon monoxide. Another reason for air pollution is carbon monoxide. So this carbon monoxide is a poisonous gas. And this carbon monoxide is a poisonous in nature because it is also produced because of this one of the pollutant. And why it is poisonous means it prevents the blood carrying the oxygen. It prevents the blood to carry oxygen. So for all the metabolic activities that is going on in our body needs oxygen. And this oxygen, carrying of oxygen, and it is circulated through the blood. So this carbon dioxide gas, It prevents the blood to carry oxygen to all parts. And this carbon dioxide is colorless and odorless. It doesn't have any color and smell also. So it is very difficult to detect the presence of this carbon monoxide gas. This is also one of the byproduct of because of burning the fossil fuel. Understand? Next one, carbon dioxide. Now we saw about the carbon monoxide. Next one, carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide is an important gas for the plants because they take in carbon dioxide during photosynthesis and are able to prepare their food. And if this concentration increases in the atmosphere, how this concentration will be increased? Because we human beings, we give out carbon dioxide, we exhale carbon dioxide. So because of the increase in population, and also it is also a byproduct of the incomplete combustion. When the fossil fuels are not completely burnt, carbon dioxide will be produced and released as a smoke. And the concentration of carbon dioxide, what is the concentration of carbon dioxide in air? 0.03%. If this exceeds, what will happen? It will increase the temperature of the earth, which leads to global warming. How it will increase? This carbon dioxide gas has the capacity to trap the heat from sunlight, and it will not allow the heat to it will not allow the heat to escape into the atmosphere. It will hold the heat energy. So there is the layer, I think you all know the atmosphere is a layer only and it is present only up to a certain height. So in the atmosphere, the heat of the sunlight will be trapped. And it should be sent back again. But when this carbon dioxide percentage increases in the atmosphere, the trapped heat will not be sent back. And this results in the increase in temperature of the earth. So this increase in temperature of the earth is termed as global warming. Because of this, several consequences will happen. That is the melting of glaciers, rise in the level of sea level, rise in the level of sea, everything. So this is one of the effects of the carbon dioxide, global warming, and that all the consequences are all because of this pollutant, carbon dioxide. Next one, sulfur dioxide. Another pollutant is sulfur dioxide. So when this sulfur dioxide is released while combustion of the fuels, when it combines with the oxygen in air, it is converted into sulfur trioxide, and when the rain comes, the sulfur trioxide react with the water to form sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid, H2SO4. And this sulfuric acid combines with the rainwater and comes down as acid rain. And it comes down as acid rain. So sulfur dioxide is also one of the pollutant in the air, and this sulfur dioxide, when released in the air, it combines with the oxygen already present in the air to form sulfur trioxide. When the rain comes, this sulfur trioxide combines or reacts with water, and it will be converted into dilute sulfuric acid. H2SO4 is nothing but the sulfuric acid, and this dilute sulfuric acid comes down along with the rain and pollutes. Not only pollutes, it will lead to a harmful damage, that is, it will corrosive agent. The acid is a corrosive agent, so in the buildings and all, it will corrode the outer surface of the building. It will damage the fertility of the soil. Because of this only, our monument, a big monument called Taj Mahal, is the outer surface is nowadays becoming black in color. Hope you all know it is made up of white marble, but as years are passing on, its image becomes very dull. Because of this acid rain only, effect of acid rain, it's becoming yellow in color, pale yellow, because of this acid rain. So it is one of the effect of the sulfur dioxide. Next one, because of the global warming, that is the increase in the temperature of the earth, the ozone layer gets depleted. That is, hope you all know that ozone layer only, depletion of ozone layer. Depletion of ozone layer. Hope you all know about this ozone layer. Ozone layer is a protective layer which protects the living organisms from the ultraviolet radiations, UV radiations. This protects us from the UV radiation. That is ultraviolet radiation, which are harmful. It will cause many skin diseases. So this ultraviolet radiation is filtered by this ozone layer, and that allows the sunlight to enter into the atmosphere. Because of the global warming, that is the increased percentage of sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide and all, the ozone layer gets depleted, the thickness becomes less, and it becomes very thin, and nowadays a hole is formed in the ozone layer. If the hole is formed, what will happen? The UV rays will not be filtered. The UV rays will enter into the atmosphere as such, and as a result, what will happen? Many skin diseases may also arise. Understand? So it is also one of the reason because of the air pollution. Hope you all understand what are the components of the air, what are pollutants, what is pollution. Do you remember? So in air, 78% nitrogen is present, 21% oxygen, 0.03% carbon dioxide is present, and in this, if any harmful substances are added or mixed up with the atmosphere, that harmful substances are called as pollutants. And this process of mixing up of this pollutants, the harmful substances, into the atmosphere is called air pollution. And what are the causes of air pollution? Burning of fossil fuels, mainly because of burning of fossil fuels. Because of the incomplete combustion, many byproducts will be formed. That is one of the reasons for the air pollution. In that, lead, also one of the pollutant. Lead is added to the fuels which are used for running the engine. That is in case of petrol and diesel and all. This lead is added to prevent the engine knocking. So this lead, when incompletely burnt, it will be given out as suspended particulate matter. SPM, suspended particulate matter, that is fine particles of carbon molecules. It will get mixed up with the air and it will be inhaled by us, and it will bring many diseases like lung cancer and all. Next is smog. When incomplete combustion takes place, smoke will be produced. That smoke will get mixed up with the fog that is present, or humidity present in the air, and smog will be produced. And this smog will bring asthma, diseases like asthma, wheezing and cough and all. Next one, carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is one of the pollutant which leads to global warming, and also it is a poisonous gas, odorless and colorless. So it is not possible to detect the presence of this carbon monoxide. And this carbon monoxide, it prevents the blood to carry oxygen. When it enters into our circulatory system, it prevents the blood from carrying oxygen. So it will lead to several diseases. That is, it is impossible to live. It will bring cardiovascular and respiratory diseases and all. If the breathing process itself is affected, then how can we live? So surely death will cause. Next, carbon dioxide. Because of the increased concentration of carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere, it results in the global warming. Because of the global warming, the temperature increases and it will lead to various hazardous effects, serious effects and all will happen. Next one, sulfur dioxide, another pollutant. This sulfur dioxide, as a result of incomplete combustion, it reacts with the oxygen already present in the air to form sulfur trioxide, and this sulfur trioxide gives sulfur trioxide. When this sulfur trioxide reacts with water, it results in the formation of sulfuric acid, which is the cause for the production of the acid rain. If acid rain falls, means it is corrosive in nature. The building, outer structure and all will be corroded, and also it will affect the fertility of the soil. Next one, depletion of ozone layer. Ozone layer only protects us from the ultraviolet, harmful radiations like ultraviolet radiations. From that we are protected, and if it gets depleted, what will happen? All the skin diseases or various hazardous effects will take place. Hope you all understand up to this. Next one, effects of air pollution on, now we saw about the causes of air pollution. Next one, effects of air pollution. So, as we discussed till now, effects of air pollution on plants and also in animals. So what are the effects of air pollution in case of plants? As we discussed earlier, the stomata will be closed, gets blocked because of the pollutants, and as a result transpiration and evaporation or that respiration, everything will be affected in case of plants. In case of animals, it affects the respiratory system, and many cardiovascular diseases will also it lead to cardiovascular disease. Because of the high levels of suspended particulate matter, the oxides of nitrogen and sulfur and all will increase, and it will lead to some lung disease. Okay, so all these are the effects of air pollution in case of plants and animals. So in case of plants, transpiration, evaporation, then you may call it as respiration or exchange of gases, everything will be affected. And in case of animals, premature fall of leaf, because as a result of all these effects, a premature fall of leaf will also take place, and fruit production will be affected. Then in case of animals, lung disease, cardiovascular disease, everything will happen. So all these will be the results of the air pollution. Next one, prevention of air pollution. Then last point about air pollution is prevention of air pollution. How can we prevent this air pollution? Prevention of air pollution. So, the usage of the fuels must be reduced. That is the fossil fuels, coal, petrol, like that. The usage of that fossil fuels must be reduced. Use of fossil fuels should be reduced. Instead, what can we do? We may switch over to natural gases like CNG or LPG. What is that CNG? Compressed natural gas. Then LPG means liquefied petroleum gas, what we are using in our home for cooking. That is LPG gas. Then CNG means what? That used for vehicles and all, compressed natural gas, which are biofuels, that is produced from the waste of the animals, cow dung and all. The gas, because of the decaying decomposers, the cow dung and all will be decomposed, and it will result in the release of the gas that is used for the running the engines and all. So like that we may switch over from using the fossil fuels to use the natural gases like CNG or LPG. Then the exhaust of the vehicles should be monitored frequently. Exhaust of vehicles, it should be cleaned and monitored often. Then from factories and all, the let out smoke, it should be filtered before letting out into the exhaust. All the carbon particles should be filtered using the chimneys. Then the dust, the release of the dust will be controlled. So, the smoke from factories should be filtered. The smoke must be filtered from the case, in case of industries and all. Next, regular pollution check must be made mandatory. Pollution check should be made mandatory in case of vehicles. So often when it is undertaken for checking means the pollution level may decrease. Then coal must be free from sulfur content, that is less sulfur content coal must be used for burning. Less sulfur content coal. Less sulfur content coal should be used for burning. Next one, use of public transport must be encouraged. That means the number of vehicles should be restricted. Because nowadays, because of the sophistication, everyone is using their own vehicle for transport. It should be reduced. Instead, we have to use the public transport. So, the number of vehicle usage will be reduced. So, public transport must be encouraged. Public transport must be encouraged. And apart from all these, you all know trees only purify the air. They only absorb the carbon dioxide and they release the oxygen. So we should encourage planting of trees. Planting of trees, afforestation should be encouraged. We should minimize the cutting of trees. For this, mostly 17 full grown trees are used to make 1 ton of paper. 17 full grown trees. You may know how long it will take to grow a full tree. So, we should prevent cutting down trees by saving the paper, usage of paper. So, these are some of the methods to prevent the pollution, prevention of air pollution, because trees only prevent the air pollution. It plays a major role in preventing the air pollution by absorbing carbon dioxide and by releasing more oxygen. So we should encourage the people to, and we should make aware about the planting of trees. Separate Van Mahotsav is celebrated in the month of July every year, and also Chipko movement is also there, which prevents the cutting down of trees. Everything you have studied. So in this class we discussed about the air content, what is air pollution, causes of air pollution, effects of air pollution, and how to prevent the air pollution. All these points we discussed, and regarding this I will send a worksheet. Hope you all understand, you all complete the worksheet, and in the next class we may discuss about the water pollution. Thank you, children.